Summers has now stepped down from the board of OpenAI, resigned as chair of the board of the Center for Global Development. He quit the Center for American Progress. Plus, the New York Times has cut ties with him. Let's bring in Florida Congresswoman Cammack. Congresswoman, great to see you. Do you think the Democrats are rethinking why they're pushing this whole thing about Epstein?
Well, I tell you what, their spin machine is in overdrive tonight. They are doing everything they can to cover up all of the associates that are tied into the Epstein mess that belong to the Democrat Party. Let us not forget that Bill Clinton, former president Bill Clinton, rode on Epstein's plane 26 times. And there were multiple eyewitness accounts that placed him on the island with young women. And Larry Summers referred to Epstein as his wingman. This is a disaster for the Democrats. They thought that they were going to pin Republicans in a corner, but what they ultimately did was they exposed themselves. So from Katie Couric to Larry Summers to President Bill Clinton, it's all coming out, and it's good that this is, because the American people and the victims, they deserve transparency and justice.
If there was anything on President Trump, don't we think that the Biden White House or the Democrats under the Biden term would have released it on President Trump in order to get Kamala elected? I mean, we know that the president has said he had a falling out with Epstein in about 2007 for taking women who worked at Mar-a-Lago to go work with him. The president has never been officially accused of wrongdoing. He said he hasn't spoken to him in 15 years. Yes, he flew in his jet between 93 and 97 on routes like from New York City, Palm Beach, Washington. There's no evidence he was at the island. And so, yeah, so there's these emails that, you know, Epstein had said Trump is the dog that has not barked, but still there's no hard proof to really go after President Trump on this. Democrats are saying this is going to bring down Trump.
That's ridiculous. If that were the case, when the Democrats controlled the House, the Senate, and the White House, they would have absolutely released any files and any evidence tying President Trump to this. This is a big nothing burger as it relates to tying Epstein to President Trump. It just doesn't exist. And given all of the things that we saw under the Biden administration, the continued weaponization of the federal government to get their political opponent, you think that they would have had something that they would have used? They didn't have anything. And so this was just a desperate attempt to try to deflect from their failed record of record inflation and their dirty dealings. And little did they know that Republicans were going to come out united and release the files.
Congresswoman Cammack, thanks for being with us tonight.